Hey there, it's Alex. We're going to do another Soothsaying. It's going to be Soothsaying, November 11th, 2019, Knight of Swords, pulling my attention. And yeah, I can see the red of his cape and feather and the white of the horse. Really just contrasting white and red. And then the accenting of the blue really in the background, kind of like the elephant in the room. The sky is blue at times. I don't know what to tell you, but this is the case of this. Knight of Swords. So I think of again. Whenever I see this card, I always think of speed. I think of wind. I think of flying. I think of charging, sallying forth. And for some reason, there's a charge. There's a charge here. I see a charge. I see a charge happening. So someone's flying on the seat of his pants or armor, I should say, to a certain degree. And like dopamine spirit guides negative in regards to smart communication, etc. Dopamine spirit guides pertaining to my defense. Alex James Hislop, February 4, and others to my spirit guides, especially when I record content in the physical. The way spirit guides negated. That's how I feel about it. And as per what spirit guides indicated, as for the reasonings, the way spirit guides indicated, just alrighty then. Well, okay. The magician pulls me. So Knight of Swords leading to the magician. So I think of charging. And again, the red and white I see on the robe. Interestingly enough, he's got a headband, like he's in a certain kind of marathon. I'd never really noticed this to a certain degree, but it kind of has this headband. And I just noticed it to a certain degree. And it kind of looks like he's running a marathon. So again, we get charging, we get a certain kind of fitness. I get a bit of fitness. So, interesting. All right, fine. I find it funny that God would be calling me fat. I mean, no offense. No offense. No offense. Okay, we got a reversed Eight of Cups. What does that mean? I've thought of sacred to a certain degree. So I think this sort of what I'm getting from this card right now is a lack of care. A lack of care is sort of what I'm getting from this, and that's the true. And there's even some dents in this card, which kind of lamenting upon that to a certain degree. Certainly. Definitely, no, partly on my end to a certain degree, but I think it's also lamenting upon something else as well. So movement. I'm getting movement. I'm getting speed. I'm getting fitness, and then a lack of care. Wonder what that's saying. Hey, who's it gonna be? An extra rap in the middle of the night. Judgment. No, sir, good sir, the horn is pointing. Oh, no. All right. Well, you're going to be over there too, bub. Well, yeah, true, to a certain extent. You got this angel of judgment, and he's kind of, it's funny, he has a bit of a psychic eye, doesn't he? Interesting. Oh, no. Oh, no. He's also got the red and white. That reminds me of England. No. Oh, no. Sorry. Yeah, not funny, because there was let nose around the past couple of days in regards to England, spiritually to a certain degree on this end. I know there's some guys are hoping for what means for guys to get regarding, but a bit of judgment. So, as important as it is to let know that that I'm fat, I think there's more important matters, to a certain degree. Unless everything's all ready to go, I mean, everything's already done. If everything's already done, I mean, that would be the case of this. For freak's sake. All right, fine. You're deflecting. You deflected. That was a deflection. Well, it's not meant that way, but, hey, I do what I can. Okay, then we pull the Ten of Swords, and it is reversed. And that is a fairly, there's a finality I feel to this card at times, in which doesn't necessarily have to be. It's just, maybe there's also a point about it. there's this sort of thing that sort of says, I think that maybe he's dead, good sir. It's like, just in case, one more sword, and that's where the Nine of Swords kind of like, no, that's too much. If it doesn't wakes up with a nightmare, thank God I spared that one sword, for freak's sake. So with that, yeah, we pull the Knight of Swords, speed, charging, sallying forth, accented by fitness, and this reversed Eight of Cups, to be true. What do we got here? Eight of Cups. Means the card speaks for itself on the surface, but other readings are entirely antithetical, giving joy, mildness, timidity, honor, and modesty. But the reversed says great joy, happiness, and feasting. But I also had, on my end, a little bit of lack of care. So lack of care in regards to speed and fitness. I don't know. That's not what I'm getting. Maybe something else. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if it is. Might be. Speaking of manifesting, that would be, sorry, Judgment. Then we got the Judgment card. Those, again, it's pretty, it fairly speaks for itself, that card. Judgment, speed, speedy judgment. I don't know. No, I don't get that. So speed, fitness, lack of care, but also great feasting and judgment, as well as a reversed 10 of Swords, which could mean that he is alive. Good sir, he's alive, and that is a good thing. That might be the tell here. But maybe there doesn't have to be as much of a finality as some think here, because there is gray. You look at the black, and the black's fairly looks final, right? But then they got the gray right in the middle. They got the yellow. They got the blue. So you got multiple different kind of colors here. It reminds me of something, color upon black and gray, or well, yeah, there's something about the colors on this one. Ten of Swords. Advantage, profit, success, favor, but none of these are permanent. Also power and authority. So I am thinking about success. I got pulled towards success, but it's not final, potentially. So what sort of situation is emerging? Is there anything out there in regards to marathons? Is what I was pulled towards here. This is a marathon. Got the marathon headband on. So maybe pace yourself. I don't know. It sort of speaks of someone, going, fairly quickly, charging through. So yeah, I don't know. And of course, we got the card of a lack of care, but also great feasting, enjoyment, judgment upon, maybe those things, maybe upon a single aspect, or the meanings of those first three cards, and potentially the outcome. The reversed 10 of Swords, pointing towards success to a certain degree. Yeah, I think we'll leave it there. That's going to be Soothsaying for November 11th, 2019. The Women's Gods Needed. And others from Instagram guides are advocating for the Soothsaying that Women's Gods Needed pertaining to November 11th, 2019 to be displayed by Women's Gods Needed the way Women's Gods Needed. Oh, I and others from Women's Guides are advocating for what Women's Guides chose for us to advocate in regards to this market education, etc. Women's Guides pertaining to psychological defense, pertaining to myself and others, to provide women's spirit guides the way women's spirit guides needed. And others from women's guides are advocating for what women's spirit guides chose for us to advocate in regards to smart education, etc. Women's guides pertaining to influences the way women's spirit guides indicate.